What if I told you some of what you lost was an accident, but somehow God still plans to restore the time? So I want you to understand and hear me clearly. I'm not saying this to shame you, not at all. I'm saying this because what if I tell you honesty is the doorway to restoration? So some losses came from the decisions you made. Some delays came from, you being disobedient. And some seasons stay longer because you've been ignoring what God has been trying to tell you for the far too long now. But this is the part that changes everything. And I need you to hear this clearly. Sometimes we think God is going to restore on our timeline, but God says he's not going to restore things on your timeline. He's going to restore when you start aligning. So this message is going to change, and this message really matters because a lot of us are stuck in this theory of God saving us, how we think God will save us. God starts to speed up the process once he sees there's a purpose. That's where the aligning takes effect. So today we're going to be talking about how God will restore us and why you shouldn't feel sad. You should be getting excited. God will restore time that we feel like we lost. First of all, we have to identify what you feel like you lost. Is it a gain or is it a loss? Actually, sometimes we think the thing that was actually good for us was a loss, but sometimes it wouldn't because it's hidden agendas. It's old habits. It's almost a stronghold connected with that thing that we feel like we have to crave or feed into. And sometimes it's just bad for us, overall. But today, God is fixing to restore something in your life that you feel like you lost long ago, but it's about to reoccur. It's about to resurface in your life. So before I go any further, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit that little bell for the post notification. So my first thing I want to talk about, when God give us something, right? He has the power to take it back. So it's something that you're operating in right now, and you might not consider it as disobedience, but to God it's disobedience because he didn't nudge you, he didn't spoke to you, but you still carry on to go through whatever it is. But that's not how you're supposed to fall back into alignment. So right now, this for the people that needs to actually, confess out their mouth. Honesty is the doorway to seeing the restoration. Not only seeing it, but to get that change that you actually need in your life. You follow what I'm saying? So you have to ask God right now, take a moment, deep breath, and really just have that heart to heart with God and say, God, where I'm struggling at, show me, reveal to me where I'm struggling at. And he's going to show you, but don't be so naive enough not to say, okay, I don't want that. But God has spoken to you the first time, but you didn't listen. But right now you need to actually listen. Take this moment of silence and just ask him, Lord, what is you trying to show me? And he will show you. Number two is actually repenting for whatever sin or whatever you did. God knows the heart. Like I say, God knows everything that we do. He's with us every day, every step of the way. And number three is actually pray, connect, believe in your heart. See, your mind already believe it, but your heart has to catch up with it. It has to catch up with whatever you're thinking or believing in. See, when those two are accord online, God is seeing alignment. That's why I say he's going to speed up the process. He's going to speed up the purpose because now you're connected. You're one with him. But the ones that's actually struggling, I want you to hear me right now because this message is for the ones that's struggling. And you feel like all you're seeing is losses. That may be true. You're taking so many losses, but your time of winning is coming. But you have to be the one to actually surrender, submit, and therefore don't focus on a loss. Focus on what you're moving forward towards. You're moving forward towards purpose, fulfillment, honesty, clarity, wisdom. And you're going to see a breakthrough. You're going to see about a change. But he's changing you before he changed the situation. So don't take it as a loss. Take it as a delay. And sometimes the delay is to protect you. And it's not rejection. It's just telling you right now is not the time. So somebody, and I do mean somebody, will see the restoration in their life. Maybe it's a relationship. Sometimes we'll meet a person at the wrong time or the wrong opportunity when you're going through something you can't focus because you're not level-headed. And sometimes it be because you're still broken. When God has the power to amend your broken heart. So this is why I say restoration is about to take effect. Not only in my life, but for somebody else's life. This is why I'm able to come on here and share this, because the timing is about to be right. Not on your timeline, on the timeline of our Father, our God, the one that we serve and we shall obey. So continue to just walk in true obedience and stop walking in disobedience, because that prolongs whatever you're doing, whatever you're trying to receive. But hear me out. When you're trying to receive something, you can't be backtracking or, flirting with your past. You have to keep going forward because it's out of your control. What is done in the dark, it came to the light. God exposed it. This is why I say God would expose a lot of things, just like he did in the story in the Bibles. When he talk about Elijah had to be exposed before the ravens even fed him. And what about, Joseph? Joseph had to be exposed before he actually seen elevation. And that's some of y'all life. And David had to be exposed before he had to be exposed before he even became a king. See, these stories in the Bible is almost like, it's relating to our lives. And it's just the allegories. And the allegories mean something that's in the Bible that's just shedding things off, just like, for instance, where they talk about Job lost insurmountable things in his life. Me and you, we go through this a lot in our life. We lose loved ones. We lose materialistic things. We lose relationships. We even find ourselves losing ourselves in the process because we're so focused on the things that we shouldn't be focusing on. We should be focusing on Jesus Christ. We should be focusing on our Father, getting closer to him so we can have the time of being, healed and coming back to being full and full of life instead of being empty and wayside, focusing on things that's vanity. So that's not what this message is about. This message is actually for the ones that really wants to see something restored in their life. Maybe it's your health. Maybe it's just your mindset because you had so much mental pressure. Maybe it's just a relationship with your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, or cousin where you fell off and it just bothered you. That spot in your heart is still aching because you don't know how to be the bigger person and you don't want to seem like this vulnerable person like you need them when your heart is telling you you actually need them. But we'll get so wound up and cracked up like, we made this normalized. We normalized this. I ain't being a big person. If they don't rock with me, that's cool and all. But if it's bothering and it's keep putting on is on your mind, God is putting that on your mind for a reason. So don't ignore it. Ask him, pray to him, ask him for the discernment to how to go about the situation. He's going to show you how to actually go about the situation where you're feeling like, oh man, I hate to lose them. And some people you have to lose because they're shortening the time span, not in your life, but how you're going to get closer to your purpose, how you're going to get your successful life. So sometimes God will take people out of your life for a reason because it's conversations. It's not only conversations, it's the justice or the envious or the jealousy that they have towards you, and you're not even seeing it because you're blinded by it because it's people that you love and you have a genuine heart. You have a good heart. So you're going to try to help anybody. And you wonder why so much friction there because God sees something that you didn't see. So keep that in mind. This is why sometimes these things is prolonging. This is why you don't see things getting restored in your life. You don't see your finances getting a breakthrough because it's things that we are paying attention to. It's not things that God wants us to pay attention to. So you follow what I'm saying? So somebody that's watching me on this YouTube video, God is fixing to restore. Restoration in your life. It's your healing. It's your finances. It's your love life. It's the way you're open to receive things. He's about to give you all your joy back. For the ones that's been losing their joy over certain things, God is fixing to give that back to you. You've been sad for far too long. It's time for you to sit high because the joy that God gave to you, nobody should be able to steal it. And you got to be very, very facetious. Not only just facetious, you have to be discerning of who you allow in your company because some people are negative. So avoid those negative people and start walking the righteous path. By walking the righteous path, you shall not fear no evil. You should know, trust in his word, trust in his presence, and trust in his kingdom because his kingdom is everything that you need and everything else is going to be added. So this is why I say in this message, in this passage, a lot of us are stuck in what ifs. It's time for you to come out of these what if, because these what ifs is going to keep you stuck. It's going to keep you in a decision where God is showing you, let it go. Trust me. You haven't let it go or let God handle that situation because you're holding that on. You're holding on to it because you're scared of the what if. What if you don't make it? What if you don't succeed? What you're doing right now, you still prolong. You're still stuck in the same environment. But today, let this message free you from that old thinking, that old habit, that old resentful ways, the old bitterness. It's time for you to let go so you can receive this at the right time. You will receive restoration in your life. Keep thinking it. Keep believing it. And I'm telling you, it's coming to existence. It's coming. It's coming to pass. So wherever you're at right now, I want you to hold on to your faith. I want you to take this time to take a deep breath and just say it. God, I trust you. I'll let you lead the way. I take full ownership of what I've done wrong. I confess, because this is going to open up that doorway. Some doors may have closed on you, but new ones is about to open. New opportunities are about to approach, and new blessings is on the way. And that cup, it shall overflow. So restoration is about to take effect in somebody's life, and it's happening immediately. So if this video spoke to you in a way that nothing else could speak to you, say it was only God in my comments, because where two or more are gathered, God is always in the midst. So stop being so sad. It's time for you to get excited, because what God's fixing to do in your life, it's about to blow your mind. Hey, I'm T. Howard, the speaker. Like I said, I encourage y'all to keep trusting in God, because restoration is about to enter some of y'all homes.